Libra, 2026 is a year of alignment, decisiveness, and self-sovereignty. The Sun year energy, number 1 in numerology, emphasizes initiation, leadership, and irreversible beginnings. For a sign ruled by Venus, this year asks you to step into clarity, choose strategically, and embody your value in every area of life. What ends this year does not return, and what begins has the potential to reshape your trajectory completely. You've spent years balancing, negotiating, and weighing outcomes. In 2026, the universe stops testing your patience and begins reflecting your discernment and choices. Life responds not to hesitation or indecision, but to clear, intentional action. What you initiate now carries power because it aligns with your authentic self. Emotionally, this is a year of liberation. Libra, you often compromise to maintain peace or harmony, but 2026 asks you to trust your instincts and boundaries. When you do, relationships, opportunities, and recognition arrive in ways that honor your value and presence. Hi, love, it's Aira. Let's walk through the 8 key cards shaping Libra's 2026, step by step. The first card is New Identity. This is not about external reinvention, but a shift in how you perceive and express your own authority. Early in 2026, you stop negotiating with outdated expectations, yours or others. You no longer justify your choices or over-explain. This new identity is quiet yet unmistakably powerful, and it begins to influence your environment naturally. Emotionally, this card feels liberating. The inner debate about whether you are enough softens. You feel lighter, freer, and more confident in your decisions. A subtle excitement emerges as you sense your presence is naturally respected without effort. Psychologically, new identity confirms that you are moving from compromise to intentional alignment. Jupiter supports expansive thinking and opportunities, while Saturn ensures you make decisions from a grounded, practical place. Your authority is internal first, and external recognition follows. Astrologically, Venus harmonizes opportunities for relationship, collaboration, and financial growth. You embody balance without overcompensating, and by the end of the first quarter, you realize this identity shift has already begun to reshape outcomes quietly but powerfully. The second card is Clarity. In 2026, clarity comes like a breath after fog. You begin to see situations, people, and opportunities exactly as they are without needing to interpret or rationalize excessively. Confusion that may have lingered in relationships or work dissolves, leaving actionable insight and mental space. Emotionally, clarity feels grounding and liberating. You stop overthinking and second-guessing. Your presence feels lighter, your energy steadier, and your sense of timing more accurate. Peace replaces anxiety, and the weight of indecision lifts. Psychologically, clarity reshapes how you approach relationships, negotiations, and personal priorities. You speak less, but with more impact, and your choices carry precision. You no longer over-explain or seek unnecessary validation. Astrologically, Saturn supports discernment and structure, while Jupiter expands insight and opportunity. This combination ensures that your clarity is both practical and far-reaching, guiding choices that are aligned with long-term growth. The third card is Release. This is about letting go of outdated roles, toxic compromises, or obligations that no longer serve your trajectory. You release patterns of over-accommodation and habitual self-sacrifice. In 2026, these shifts happen naturally, quietly, and profoundly. Emotionally, release brings relief and calm. Tension in your relationships, decisions, or daily obligations begins to fade. You feel freer to prioritize your own energy, which restores confidence and focus. Psychologically, release rewires habitual behavior. You no longer overextend to maintain harmony or avoid conflict. Boundaries become intuitive rather than forced, and your energy is reclaimed for choices that align with your growth. Astrologically, Mars encourages action through quiet detachment. Instead of confrontation, energy is redirected strategically. This release sets the stage for alignment, expansion, and momentum later in the year. The fourth card is Alignment. In 2026, alignment is key for Libra because your natural inclination to weigh options can sometimes slow progress. This card signals that timing, environment, and your actions are finally harmonizing. Opportunities flow smoothly. Conversations are clear, and circumstances support your strategic choices. Emotionally, alignment feels validating and reassuring. You trust your instincts more deeply because life begins confirming your judgment. There is no second guessing. You act decisively and naturally. Psychologically, alignment teaches you to rely on your internal compass. Decisions come easier, and life flows in rhythm with your efforts rather than against them. Your choices produce results with less effort because timing and action converge. Astrologically, Jupiter amplifies opportunities, Venus enhances harmony and recognition, and Saturn solidifies structure. This card signals that you are positioned for strategic expansion and momentum. Before moving forward, Libra, if you want your full 2026 forecast, covering love, career, money, and spiritual alignment, that private reading is available for $155 and can be booked anytime. The fifth card is expansion, and in 2026, this is about intentional, visible growth. One area of your life, career, influence, or personal development, begins to expand in a way that naturally supports other areas. Expansion here is not chaotic or rushed. It is the result of prior clarity, release, and alignment. The growth you experience now is strategic, deliberate, and sustainable, reflecting your authentic value and efforts. Emotionally, expansion brings excitement, pride, and validation. Opportunities that once required endless negotiation or compromise now arrive with ease. You feel recognized, empowered, and capable, and there is a quiet joy in seeing your preparation bear fruit. This expansion is a reward for your discernment and patience. Psychologically, expansion challenges you to receive without guilt. Libra, you often overcompensate or downplay your worth, but 2026 teaches you that abundance, recognition, and opportunity are the natural results of alignment and effort. Accepting this growth requires trust in your timing, skills, and internal authority. Astrologically, Jupiter amplifies opportunity, Venus enhances relational and financial reward, and Mars energizes decisive action. Expansion forms the bridge to momentum and sets the stage for long-term stability. What grows now is durable, meaningful, and fully aligned with your life path. The sixth card is momentum. Once expansion begins, momentum compresses time. Decisions, projects, and initiatives accelerate rapidly. Life moves from deliberate preparation to visible progress, and results that once felt slow now manifest quickly. Momentum in 2026 is focused, precise, and empowering, propelling you toward your goals without unnecessary strain. Emotionally, momentum is energizing. You feel alive, engaged, and confident in your trajectory. Unlike reactive chaos, this energy feels productive and purposeful. You recognize the satisfaction of seeing your strategic choices bear tangible outcomes. Psychologically, momentum reinforces the value of clarity, release, and alignment. Energy that was previously scattered is now concentrated. Decisions and actions compound in impact, confirming that your preparation and boundaries were necessary and effective. Astrologically, Mars fuels action, Jupiter expands reach, and Saturn ensures sustainability. Momentum is steady yet accelerated, enabling you to operate at peak capacity while maintaining balance and control. The seventh card is stability. After momentum comes grounding, and in 2026, stability represents the consolidation of achievements and structures. Systems, relationships, and commitments that align with your purpose solidify. This grounding allows you to plan ahead, operate from confidence, and focus on long-term growth without fear of collapse. Emotionally, stability feels reassuring, calm, and validating. The constant tension of overanalysis, uncertainty, or overcompromise dissolves. You feel safe, capable, and confident in your decisions. Psychologically, stability restores trust in yourself and your environment. You no longer need to control every outcome or anticipate disaster. This foundation allows your energy to focus on expansion, fulfillment, and influence, rather than constant vigilance. Astrologically, Saturn reinforces structure and durability, while Venus harmonizes long-term relationships and financial systems. Stability becomes the base from which ultimate fulfillment emerges. Libra, if this resonates, like, share, comment, and subscribe so these messages reach others stepping into their alignment, momentum, and authority this year. The eighth and final card is fulfillment. This is the culmination of 2026's Sun Year energy, the integration of clarity, release, alignment, expansion, momentum, and stability. Fulfillment is steady, deep, and resonant, reflecting the life you've built and the authority you now embody. Emotionally, fulfillment feels satisfying, proud, and calm. Joy and contentment arise from internal alignment rather than external validation. You feel seen, effective, and confident in your capacity to influence life while remaining true to your values. Psychologically, fulfillment closes the cycle of striving and compromise. You measure yourself by alignment, purpose, and effectiveness, not by overextension or approval seeking. You operate from leadership, confidence, and discernment, fully trusting your judgment. Astrologically, the Sun year, supported by Saturn, Jupiter, Venus, and Mars, confirms that growth, alignment, and authority are sustainable. Life mirrors your internal state, and 2026 positions you to carry lessons forward with clarity, balance, and confidence. Affirmation: I step fully into my authority and alignment, trusting my timing, decisions, and growth, and I allow fulfillment to flow naturally into every area of my life.